All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody back. It sounded like your conversations were quite robust, which is great. And we just so appreciate this. I think there's a couple of issues that have come up with our final meeting, which because our quarter is going to be ending at the beginning of March, or sort of more mid-March. But our next meeting is scheduled for March 2nd, which Olivia informed me is Ash Wednesday. And so that may be, that's correct, right, Olivia? Yeah. So that might interfere with for some of you with the meeting. The other thing is we're going to have a lot of community outreach results to present to let you know what people have told us, as well as other ideas that the group has developed, because you were only seeing one goal and one action, and they've developed many, many ones. So I think something that we may want to think about is the possibility, I don't know if Nick's back. Nick, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I don't know if we want to talk about the possibility of changing the date of the last meeting or breaking it up into 2 meetings, or how we might want to do that. If you have an idea about what you'd like to get out of the last meeting, since it's the last meeting with us, knowing that we're going to be reporting results on who knows how many online surveys, 250 door-to-door surveys, focus group meetings, key informant interviews, all of those things. We're going to be wanting to tell you some of the major themes that we heard, as well as the students presenting some of their final ideas. It would be great to know, we don't want to overwhelm you and try to pack all that into necessarily an hour. That's a lot of information. And so we're interested in sort of how you might want to get all that information.
It might be helpful if all of you respond to, maybe I should send an email out to the entire PAC in connection with the desirability of having 2 meetings. My own feeling is that there will be too much to absorb in a single meeting, as Kelly has suggested here or indicated. So I'll get something out to the full PAC membership and the advisory group on this to see if what we can do in terms of 2 separate meetings. And if Ash Wednesday is not appropriate, we'd like to hear about that. So I'll get something out right away on this. Okay, Kelly?
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know if you can set up a discussion forum on your website or something like that, but that would be great, because then people can interact with each other, sort of, brainstorming what could be done.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, well, we'll try to make a decision rather quickly once we hear from you about all of this, so that you can put it on your calendars. Another option would be, for instance, for us to make a recording as a class of some of our findings, like in terms of community outreach, and then you can just go watch it sometime, and then we can meet separately to talk about that, and then also to talk about any actions the students are recording. So there's lots of options. One is 2 separate meetings and that are both live. One might be a recorded report on the community outreach, and then a live meeting for us to discuss things. So those are a couple of options to consider as you think about what you might want to recommend to us. Okay, Nick, did you have anything else you wanted to say before the meeting ends?
Apart from expressing thanks again for the great turnout tonight, which we deeply appreciate. Please, this is so important to have this kind of turnout every time. What was I going to say? It couldn't have been all that important. I had a thought, but then I put myself off. But we do want to see all of you show up at these meetings going forward, because as I indicated at the beginning, we're trying to set up properly for the implementation stage after this outreach effort and the long-range plan or strategic planning process concludes. And so we absolutely have to have as much input as possible from the community at large. So anyway, thanks much for the turnout, and keep it up, keep it coming.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And we'll definitely be in communication about how you might react to some of the students' ideas, et cetera. So we'll try to provide a venue for that in your own time when it's convenient for you. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great month. Thank you so much.
Thanks, students. You were terrific.
Yeah, great job, students.